And welcome to the news at 10 on NTA News 24. We're reaching you live from Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. Let's begin with the headlines. Minister of Women Affairs assures Nigerian women of greater opportunities under President Bola Tinubu.
We'll mentor women so that when they get there, they also are able to serve and, open doors for other more women to come into the space.
Inspector General of Police promises policies that promote gender equality and inclusivity within the force. And Minister of Information and National Orientation urges Nigerians to use the month of Ramadan for self-examination and imbibe acts that foster national unity. The need for women to rise up to their responsibilities as nation builders and the bedrock of society came to the fore as women in Anambra State joined their counterparts globally to celebrate this year's International Women's Day with the theme Accelerating Action. Chinyere Fesiokoye reports.
We have made a statement that we are ready to go back to the drawing board, that when we see something, we must say something, and they assure government will do something.
So we're encouraging mothers, we're encouraging women to put more efforts in bringing up their children.
The 2025 International Women's Day celebration in Anambra State brought together over 5,000 women from different groups, local government areas and walks of life across the state who gathered at the Women Development Center in Awka, the state capital, to chart the way forward for Anambra State and Nigeria at large, highlighting the role of women in the society. The historic event began with special prayers against all forms of criminality and rascality and words of admonition led by women.
We must all bring strategies that will help to continue to narrow the gap of gender equality.
It's actually a call to give women their place.
To the men folk who spoke at the event, women should rise up and take their pride of place in the society.
If they can change this mentality of inferiority complex they are having over men, I think there will be a great difference. What was before and what's observable now.
The event, which featured special presentations including drama, which centered on the war against fake native doctors and their cohorts in Anambra State, climaxed with unveiling of a handbook on counseling against the burden of drug abuse and other social vices by wife of the governor, Dr. Nanye Soludo, and others. In Awka, Chinyere Fesiokoye, NTA News.
Meanwhile, women in Nasarawa State also marked this year's International Women's Day, dominating discourse on the need for empowerment, inclusion and sustained gender equality. Abigail Bashi reports that Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule joined in the celebration, recognizing the contributions of women in nation building.
The campaign for the advancement of women continues to gain momentum as Nasarawa women converge in Lafia to commemorate the 2025 International Women's Day. Giving their contribution to societal development, Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule maintained that government is ready to engage women and girls to impact the society positively.
The Nasarawa State has already set the pace and set an example. I will not be surprised if the next deputy governor of Nasarawa State is a woman.
The policies, the mission, the mandate, everything is there for us women. It is high time we accelerated the action.
Existing data has suggested that women are marginalized when it comes to access to safe and nutritious diets, and today is particularly important.
Wife of Nasarawa State Governor Silifat Abdullahi Sule helps on addressing the root causes of gender inequality as well as promoting inclusive decision-making processes where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. In a paper presentation with the topic Accelerating Gender Equality and Women Economic Empowerment, the Vice Chancellor, Nusra State University Kefi, Professor Saadatu Hassan Liman, challenged key players to invest in women to accelerate progress for a more equitable society. More insight is given by a panel of discussants who advocate equal access, better nutrition, economic empowerment, and justice for women. In Lafia, Abigail Bashi, NTA News.
And in commemoration of 2025 International Women's Day, Female Military Veterans Association of Nigeria is advocating better living conditions for vulnerable women in the country. This was during their visit to the internally displaced persons camp in Durumi, Abuja, where they distributed food to women and children. Founder of the association, Morenike Henry, says the gesture is to draw attention to women in vulnerable communities and help them overcome their challenges.
In order to save children from that, I think we should come to this kind of a place and see what we can do to them, both the women, and help them out of this situation for us to have a good world.
We want them to use the land around there to, plant a few things. They should not always depend on government, but we as association will keep on coming to encourage them and train them. The small thing they have, they should make use of it.
Head of the IDP camp appreciated the sacrifices of the female veterans even after leaving active service.
The kids were happy, everybody's happy, you can see people in action. In fact, the veterans are veterans, the word veterans, you can see it on their faces. You can see the love for mankind. They sacrifice, they sign, they live to see the day.
Elsewhere, the Customs Officers' Wives Association, COA, says it will continue to empower women to reach their full potentials so that they can provide meaningful support for their spouses, their families, and society at large. COA President Kikelomo Adeni, in a message at the program to mark this year's International Women's Day, held at the Customs headquarters, noted peace and tranquility in every customs officer's home is non-negotiable for them to effectively carry out their duty to the nation. Tokbe Alabi reports.
The Nigeria Customs Service is a federal government agency with about 18,000 personnel spread across the country under the supervisory oversight of the Ministry of Finance, responsible for the collection of customs revenue, national and international trade facilitation, anti-smuggling and border security activities.
So sing a song for women everywhere.
Gathered here are the wives of these gallant officers who toil day and night to secure Nigeria's borders, and their resolve through the Customs Officers' Wives Association, COA, is to support their spouses not to be found wanting while balancing their career with the home front. COA President Kikelomo Adeniyi, in a message, recognizes strides made so far and advised members to continue to push boundaries, challenge stereotypes as COA advocates for a more inclusive and equitable world.
There's room for a woman to do more than 9 things at a time. Perfect yourself in a particular business. Leverage it on your passion. Continue. Find something to do. Look for a mentor, somebody who has been there before, who can lift you.
A panel of discussion gave insights on women creating a brighter future for themselves, mentorship, balancing their career, business and the home front, economic independence, as well as financial literacy.
Make sure to develop yourself in any given situation you find yourself in. Connect with meaningful people so that you can learn.
Especially when we discuss the health, finances, how women will be able to balance their home and their workplace and also be able to impact in taking decisions.
I am very happy and I learned a lot. I am saying a big thank you to our president Mrs. Kike Leomo Adeni for organizing this for us.
With inclusivity, mutual respect and compassion as part of its core values, Custom Officers' Wives Association leverages its platform to promoting women to take meaningful and impactful action in their life, family and community. In Abuja, Tokwe Alabi, NTA News.
In the meantime, the Nigerian Army is developing the capacity of its female personnel to adapt to evolving operational challenges in the military in the ongoing quest to further secure the nation. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa was at a seminar organized by the Women Corps to accelerate action in line with the 2025 Women's Day celebration.
Women are the nucleus of the family and critical component of the society. Despite this important role, women are often relegated in communities and vulnerable during conflicts. As the world celebrates women, the Nigerian Army is recognizing the role they play in the military.
Collectively, we can accelerate action for gender equality.
This workshop is focused on strengthening their capacity in the ongoing drive to further secure the nation.
Your mental well-being is your most valuable asset. Give it a time as a woman and care that it deserves. Like your life depends on it, because it truly does.
The lecture with the theme Empowering Women in the Nigerian Army emphasizes the challenges women face in male-dominated institutions.
The Nigerian Army is a professional army, and it's an army that appreciates whether male or female folk. Once you come into the army, you're trained and you're prepared to function in that state. So irrespective of your gender, the army allows you to grow to a level where you could function.
The army is really concerned about women serving in the army, and they are given opportunities. The policies have been amended, structures have been put in place to ensure that women have equal opportunities with their male counterparts. But all that is required from them is to also build their capacity and competence to be able to cope and do well so that they can rise to the peak.
Speakers call for protection and empowerment of female personnel and constant training to adopt global trend in tackling emerging threats. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun extends warm felicitations to women worldwide as Nigeria joined the global community to celebrate International Women's Day. The IGP acknowledges the invaluable contributions of female officers to the safety, security and overall efficiency of the Nigeria Police Force. Reaffirming his commitment to gender equality and inclusivity within the force, Egbetokun commends the dedication and expertise of police women. He also emphasizes that under his leadership, the Nigeria Police Force will continue to advance policies that promote gender equality and eliminate gender-based discrimination. You're watching the news at 10 on NTA News 24. More reports in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back. The House of Representatives says it is aggregating the inputs of Nigerians towards enriching the tax reform bills with a view to making them stand the test of time. Chairman House Committee on Finance, James Faleke, stated this as committee members rounded off clause-by-clause consideration of the bills. National Assembly correspondent Mitari Ikpen reports.
Leveraging on their diverse professional expertise, members of the House Committee on Finance carefully consider each of the 4 tax reform bills, taking into account public input. They identify clauses that require retention, amendment, or revision, with the ultimate goal of ensuring the tax bills align with the public's aspiration for significant reform in Nigeria's tax administration. Through robust discussions and debates, committee members work towards consensus on the bills.
All the issues raised have been well considered. We are making our recommendations in our own opinion. So when we do lay the report and the House considers it and approve it with them, we are very sure that it will stand the test of time. Nigerians will be happy.
And I think the spirit behind this consolidated tax is to be in tandem with international and global best practices and to promote ease of doing business.
There's been no divergence. We've all come together to say this bill must pass because we see it as a sine qua non to the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President.
Like other developed countries, if we do a little into how much we can collect in taxes, I think many of all these deficiencies, we are having in government, having no money to do some spending, infrastructures and other stuff like that, will be a thing of the past.
The committee's objective is to present a comprehensive report that captures the best interests of Nigerians, ultimately refining the tax bills into legislations that will reflect modern realities. Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
The 25th anniversary of Madonna Model Schools in Abuja was a vibrant celebration of educational excellence and community spirit. Archbishop Ignatius KAIGAMA and Archbishop Emeritus John Cardinal ONAIYEKAN shared messages of integrity, service and hope for Nigerian youths. Thomas OGBETERE reports that the milestone not only celebrated the school's legacy, but also called for greater support to continue shaping future leaders with strong moral values.
The 25th anniversary of Madonna Model Schools in Abuja was a day of joy and reflection, beginning with a solemn Catholic Mass. The officiating archbishops emphasized the importance of honesty, trustworthiness, and service to humanity, urging Nigerians to uphold these values. They also called on the government to provide more support, including grants and educational benefits to mission and private schools.
Look at the children, so brilliant, so elegant, so eloquent. They are doing so well. With a little support, a little push by government, I think a lot more can happen here.
When the government pays salaries of teachers and gives grants and aid, then the church can run beautiful schools at affordable price.
A touching moment came from Ugu Chidima, a pupil who expressed her excitement about the event.
And I'm very happy today to have the privilege to celebrate with them.
The day was filled with lively dances and thrilling performances, showcasing the vibrant spirit of the school. The principal also appealed for ongoing financial support to help maintain the school commitment to shaping students with strong moral values.
25 years of inculcating morals and decency in education in the pupils and students of Nigeria.
Because this is a place where, after training a kid, you will be sure that you have done something noble.
Before I brought my kids here, one of them cannot write proper, but now today he can write and read.
For any student who have this kind of opportunity is a very big one, and I want to encourage the person to take it very seriously.
For them, Madonna Model School's commitment to developing academically strong students with strong moral values serves as a beacon of hope for the nation. In Abuja, Thomas OGBETERE, NTA News.
Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris has urged Nigerians, particularly the Muslim faithful, to use the month of Ramadan as a time for introspection as individuals and as families, and to make right decisions to promote national unity. The minister was among dignitaries at the 2025 Ramadan lecture jointly organized by leading public broadcasters in the country, the Nigerian Television Authority, the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, and the Voice of Nigeria. Salihu Abdullahi Guanara reports.
And I do hope the management of the NTA and the other sister stations will continue to uphold this very important lecture every year.
Passionate appeal from the man who is providing the right leadership in the last 2 years to the agencies under his watch, who are already making him proud with forums such as these as parts of their corporate social responsibilities for 19 years. Recommendations from the in-depth analysis of this year's lecture topic, faith, politics and power, the minister assured will come handy as parts of the narratives in seeking for solutions to the internal and external political dynamics in the country.
During this holy month of Ramadan, where families come together in supplication, reflection, solidarity, and compassion for one another, the triple effect of today's theme, viz. Faith, politics, and power, are intertwined with our yesterday, with our today, and God willing, our tomorrow. Undoubtedly, it is a phenomenon that we must all continue to navigate.
He assured that the 2025 budget of 54 trillion naira holds the key to a prosperous Nigeria.
It is an ambitious one of about 54 trillion naira, but which puts so much emphasis on national security, education, infrastructure, health, and agriculture. In addition, one of the most outstanding outcomes of the policies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the creation of the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development.
He equally appealed to Muslim faithful to showcase the spirit and teachings of Ramadan to promote national unity. From Kaduna, Salihu Abdullahi Guanara, NTA News.
In other news, the oil and gas industry, key players say, is undergoing data-driven transformation, leveraging big data analytics to enhance operational efficiency and decision-making. Lydia Sampson reports on a synergy to deepen reliable data sharing in Abuja.
By analyzing the vast data from sensors and seismic surveys, volume of production and consumption, oil and gas companies can optimize exploration, reduce cost, and improve safety. The interface between NMDPRA and National Bureau of Statistics is premised on continuous collaboration, data sharing, and navigating gaps for a win-win.
Our colleagues have made sure that we hold back all those that are relevant to these discussions so that we can work together to come up with a framework of collaboration, not only in terms of data exchange, but knowledge exchange, capacity exchange, because we have expertise on our own side, you have expertise on your other side, on your side, so there is need to collaborate.
We all know the role that the oil sector is playing in our economy. So it's not a sector that can be taken to background or neglected. If you don't come to us, we have to come to you, because we know that we need you to get accurate information about the economy of their country.
As the industry faces increasing competition and misinformation and environmental pressures, pushing out the correct narrative to counter online misinformation, harnessing data insights, they both agree is crucial for sustainable growth and global competitiveness. The shift, they reiterate, underscores the pivotal role of data in shaping the industry's future. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
And that concludes the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Dennis Adegundoye.